Hey guys, how's it going? Like Butter here, and today I wanted to make a video to show new players who may not have a lot of space and are brand new to Tarkov how to make a little bit of money, and these budget runs that you're going to see me do, and I'm going to show through the video. It's a fantastic way for new players to kind of get a jump start on the game and to even get some cases so that you can create some inventory space. So if you're brand spanking new to Tarkov, this on the right of your screen is your stash. Now this is limited space depending on the version of the game that you bought. So if you ended up getting the standard version of the game, you may not have a lot of space, you may not know what to keep, and you may not have the money to buy any of the cases in order to create more space. So as you can see down here in the bottom of my stash, this is going to create a lot of room for, like, you know, weapons and that kind of stuff, but you may not have the money to get these cases, right? So these budget runs that we're going to do or are going to show in this video are going to get you a lot of these cases because the spawn rates are very high for weapon cases, money cases, ammo cases, and also you can get key bars, which are the key tools that sell for 600,000, which is going to give you more space as well, because these key tools, as you can see right here, are going to hold a bunch of keys that you can hold on to as well. So assuming that you have the starter version, if you have a bigger version, that's great. You could even fit more stuff into this alpha container. But the things that you want for these runs is you want an SSH 68 helmet. If you don't know, this is one of the cheapest but like best helmets for early game, because it has a very high ricochet chance, and you can buy this from Ragman level 1 for about 18,000. You want to grab a pack of armor, which is very cheap on the flea market, but you can also buy one. I think it's from, I want to say it's from Skier. I'm not entirely sure. I think they moved it. It used to be Skier. It's probably Ragman now. So yeah, you can get this level 1 as well from Ragman. So you can literally just grab these two things here. And you want to grab a M9 pistol. You can do this with some different pistols. This is the pistol that I would suggest because it's very cheap. It can get the job done. And not a lot of people will pick it up because it's not really worth too much, you know, unless they have a free space open. But if you lose this pistol, it's not a big deal. Okay, so one more thing that you're going to want to grab is 2 mags. And you want to fill these mags with ammo. The best cheap early game ammo that you can get for 9mm is the 9x19 PST GZH. If you want to spend a little bit more money, you can get AP 6.3 so that you have a chance to pen some helmets, like if you come up against somebody who has a helmet. But for the most part, you're going to attempt to not come across players with this loadout. Now, the reason you want to ensure all of this gear, if you don't know how, you can just right click and then go to ensure. The reason you want to ensure this stuff is because this, just like my budget video, is a lot of gear that people aren't going to pick up. So you're going to get it back a lot from insurance. So just to show you guys here, we were like testing these runs yesterday just to kind of show you guys how you're going to get this stuff back, because people don't like picking this stuff up because it's not worth the amount of space that it takes up. Also, these helmets and these vests are very, very good at repairing for low price. So you'll be able to use them over and over again when you get them back from insurance. The whole reason to have this gear is just to get you past the scavs that spawn next to the marked room, which is where we're going to be going. We're going to be running the marked room on customs. I'm going to show you guys the fastest way to get there and how to get out immediately. And a big thing is in your alpha container, you want painkillers in case you get one of your arms or legs blacked out. You want an IFAK. These you can buy off the flea market. If not, if you're like super low level, I would try to get to level 5, just kind of pretty much doing whatever. You can even go through the flea market and just examine stuff until you go up levels, because that'll give you XP. But I would I think for the best possible scenario for an alpha container, you want to get an IFAK. Since this stops bleeding, it heals you, and it only takes up 1 slot, so that's really important. Also, you want to take an empty wallet. You can buy these off the flea market for like 7,000. Someone named Butter9 selling stuff. What the heck? So you can get these for 7-8K. They're super dirt cheap. And then you want to take 7,000 rubles in with you. Now, I just got to let you guys know this because it's super frustrating and it happens a lot. Make sure that you drag the money into your wallet after you've insured stuff, because sometimes what happens is when you insure gear, it takes it from the wallet first instead of your stash. And what will happen is you'll go into the raid and you won't have 7,000 for the vehicle exit. So what I like to do is insure the 2 mags, insure the gun, make sure the mag in the gun is insured, fill it with ammo. You don't need extra ammo. You're most likely not going to need it. You can bring a couple more rounds of PST if you want. But just make sure all the stuff in your inventory is insured. You definitely want to make sure you bring a scav backpack in case you get a weapons case. If you get a weapons case, you're going to be able to put it in here. And you don't need a tactical rig, so you can leave that spot open. You're most likely going to kill scavs and you can take the rig. But in reality, you don't really want to kill anything when you're doing these runs unless you have to. So really all this loadout's going to do is get you past the small amount of scavs that are going to be in your way during these runs. And you want to buy a marked key from the market. This goes for like 29, 30k. Some of them are even for like 35k you can get. But make sure when you go to buy one of these marked keys, you go to inspect and you see the uses that it has. If it says 25 out of 25 uses, that's exactly what you want. So if I inspect this, 25 out of 25, buy this. And there's not even people buying these keys. It's crazy how strong this key is because this room can spawn such amazing weapons and cases and key tools all the time. It's crazy that people aren't taking full advantage of this if they need money. So that's going to give you 25 out of 25 uses. Drag that into your alpha container. Keep an eye on the uses when it gets low, of course. But you want to keep that in there. In the future, if you do get a key tool and you want to keep the key tool, you can put the key tool in your container and you can bring your mark key and you can bring other dorms keys too if you want to get a little bit greedy and kind of hit as much of that stuff as you can. But you got to remember, dorms is a very, very populated area for PvP, so beware of that. And then also, when you're ready to go, you want to go into your inventory and you can hold control and drag, and you want to drag 7,000 rubles. Now, the reason you want 7,000 rubles exactly is because that's the amount of money it costs to use the vehicle extract. In a lot of situations, when you have something very expensive on you and the vehicle extract is there, you want to just get right out before the geared players show up. And the reason you only want to do 7,000 is because if you throw like 20 or 30k into this wallet, you're not going to want to take this wallet out of your inventory. Now, when you only have 7,000 in here and then the wallet's worth about 7-8k, well, that slot is only taking up 15k. So say you get something like a Rolex or, something that's of worth, you can take this out and drag it in there and not really worry about the value of the wallet. The value of the wallet, you want it to be worth as little as possible so that you can take it out if you find an item that's worth more. So this is the loadout. And basically what you're going to do is you're just going to go to customs and you're going to pick nighttime. I highly recommend picking nighttime. The reason I say to pick nighttime is because you're going to run into less people. Just for this video, I'm going to enable offline mode. And we're going to enable PvE just to kind of give you guys a basic idea of how you would get to the dorms if you're brand new. I would open up like a map and try to get acquainted with customs first. In my beginners video, I was talking about how when learning the maps and learning the extracts and stuff, you really should learn it offline. But once you start to learn the map and you know how to immediately run to dorms, that's when this strategy is going to come in handy. You're going to learn it very fast, trust me. Sometimes you're going to have bad spawns, sometimes you're going to have really good spawns, and depending on your spawn, you kind of want to adjust the way you play it out. Now, obviously, if you get a really bad spawn and you run all the way over to dorms and you're hearing a ton of gunfire, most likely the room is hit. There's other places you can go, like hitting caches around the map. There's some videos out there and some articles where you can look up all the different cache locations. I maybe should add that in a future video, kind of talking about like the exact route to take. But for the most part, you're pretty much just going to beeline it right for the dorms. And what's nighttime is going to help you do is not run into as many players. So we got probably one of the worst spawns over here at the trailer park. So we're just going to hop over here. And we're just going to make our way over there as fast as we possibly can. I'm going to fade the video once we get to dorms, and we'll have a look. So we are getting pretty close to dorms now. I'm hearing some gunfire over at dorms, which we are in offline mode, so that most likely means that scav boss spawn here. There are two different types of buildings here at dorms. You have the 2-story and you have the 3-story. You want to go to the 3-story, and you want to go up as high as you possibly can. And then this is the 3rd floor. Now, there is a very rare spawn here. It happens sometimes where you are going to get Rashala and his 4 guards who are going to be very geared. If this is the case, you're probably going to die, but sometimes it'll just be like scabs like that. So just tap them with your pistol and move by them. You do have meds. There's another guy there. So they kind of spawn some scavs in here like that to stop hatchling runners, which is why you want to use a pistol. You're going to go down here. This is the marked room key. You're going to see a bunch of symbols around it. And you want to basically come in here immediately. Go here. Loot everything you can. We are in offline mode, so the drops are reduced. Because they don't... Apparently, they didn't want people figuring out, like, the best ways. But in here, when you're in online mode, you're going to find key tools. You're going to find all of, like, the really rare stuff. It can spawn pretty much anything in the game. I've never heard of it spawning, like, thick cases or anything like that. You know, but it's probably possible. I'm not entirely sure. But mostly what I get when I come here to the marked room is I will get money cases. I will get key bars, weapons cases, and ammo cases. Those are like the most common things that I come across. So once you grab your stuff, you know, you're going to check here, make sure there's no scavs. And if there are, just tap them like that. I don't know why there's so many scavs right now. All right. But anyways, usually there's not going to be that many scavs. It's actually wild. So what you're going to do, right, is you're going to come in here. You're going to unlock. I usually like spam crouch to try to stay behind this little thing here. You're going to go in, grab everything that you can, immediately come out here. And if you want to get super greedy, you can loot this. Make sure you lay down after you loot it. But I would highly recommend not hitting that, especially if you have something of value, right? You're going to come out here and there's a drop down here. You got to be kind of careful. You got to crouch and then just shimmy your way off and land right on this fence here. Now, sometimes you're going to break your legs here if you're a lower level and you don't have a decent amount of stress resistance. And then you're immediately going to run over to the vehicle extract right here. This is why you bring your 7,000 rubles in. So sometimes this isn't up, and that sucks when it's not, because then you have to run your extract. Just double tap O, see where you got to go. We got to go ZB012. And then there's a couple ways you can do this. Probably the roughest way is to go this way and just kind of go right along the fence and try really hard to get to the spot that it opens up to, and then just basically shimmy your way around the entire map. Now, if you have a weapons case on you, I would definitely suggest going very slow and staying away from the middle. But really, you're just trying to extract, right? Now, there's a couple of caches that you can hit on the way out. Say you didn't get lucky and you didn't get anything that much of value. There's a couple of caches that you can hit here. There's one up this hill to the left, which I'm going to show you guys here in a second. And then there's a cache by the dumpster, and then there's 2 caches by the spawn. So even if you don't get anything great from the marked room, which in a lot of times you will, remember, if you get that key bar, make sure to drag that into your gamma container or into your alpha. Your secure container, you can drag out any of these things. They're not really worth much. Keep your mark key in there, though. And then you can come here and you can find like really good stuff in these caches. So that's one. And then let's cut to the next. Once we're basically just going to run in this direction, stay along the left side of the wall. And we're going to cut to the next cache. Okay, so if you're staying up on the left side of the map, you're eventually going to come to this dirt road here. There's another cache over here are behind the second dumpster. Right here in the corner. Let's see what we got in here. Wilson cigarettes for quest. Sometimes you get some ammo, some other random stuff, M80, and a red ball. Okay, cool. Which is part of the Christmas limited time event that they're doing. I'm assuming they're going to be doing more events. So then you keep with the wall to your left, and obviously you want to be careful. There is a sniper scab that spawns up here on the rock, and there's also a sniper scab that spawns down there at the checkpoint. You can, if you're really feeling feisty and you feel like you don't have a lot of stuff, you can go down there and try to kill him. He'll usually have like a scoped Mosin or an SVD. He'll be like right in this tower right here. I don't think he is there. I think we missed. Obviously, you don't want to do this, by the way, if you have something of value on you. I would highly recommend not doing it. I want to see if there was another scab there. Usually another scab spawns there. I just want to make sure before I go up the tower, because sometimes they'll spawn by that little roadblock and they'll kind of waddle over and they can shoot you when you go up top, so you got to be careful. Oh, there he is. Alright. So they were a little bit split there. Keep an eye on my ammo here. Alright, so you come in here and he had wow, he actually had a scoped SV98. So you can see this sniper scab that spawns here can spawn with some decent stuff, actually. It's pretty crazy. And then you got 2 caches to hit on the outside here. So this is pretty much the run I do when I do marked room runs. Now, I may have missed a couple caches. I don't know all of the caches on all the maps. I'm starting to learn them over time. But these are just the ones that I hit. So you come out here, and then you got ZB in the back over there, and there's a cache over here in the corner. You can hit this. A lot of people miss this cache. I don't think a lot of people know that this is here. So just take whatever you can out of there. You will get like fuel conditioner and like streamer items and stuff in those caches that you can sell for a decent amount. You may even get things like car batteries and stuff, and you'll get a lot of stuff for quests as well. So you'll get cigarettes and you know, spark plugs and all that good stuff. And then the other one, which is right next to the extraction, you're going to go through this bush, and you're just going to look down until you hear a wood sound. And then you're going to just loot this. See if you get anything. Hey, look, a car med kit. Oh, squash. Squash sells for like 30K, I believe. And then you just get out, and you come back in, rinse and repeat. Now, obviously, on the other side, it's going to be a little bit different. You're going to be going from a different angle. But I think you guys are going to get this run down pretty fast. It's pretty simple. Customs is a pretty linear map. You will run into people and you will die and you will lose weapon cases and you'll lose money cases, but you will make a lot of money doing this, especially once you get better at it and you start to learn kind of where players spawn and where they come from and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to show a couple of short clips from the stream when we were doing these runs yesterday to kind of give you guys a basic idea of how the runs were going when we were doing this. I think we made something around, I think, 3 to 4 million rubles in like, I don't know, about an hour and a half, which will give you guys a really big jump start if you're just starting out on the game. So hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, be sure to drop the video a like, and I'm going to show you some of those clips and some highlights from the runs we did yesterday. Be sure to follow my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/LikeButterLive. Be sure to subscribe here on YouTube for more Tarkov content. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, take care, everybody. There's a key tool. Then you would move this. Boom, right there. What's this? SP3. SP13. There's one. Ha! Jesus Christ. Dude, this is ridiculous.
Земляк, мы стрелять не хотим!
I think the ice pick is probably the best drop you're gonna get, yeah. There's players here and they're geared. I'm gonna fucking own them. Rush them? Nah, you don't do that in Tarkov. That's not how you live, dude. Less than half. Ain't good, dude. How much is this mag? Less than half? Dude, that means like 9 bullets. Oh, we better hit heads, dude. What?
Понятно.
I don't know why I'm healing. I'm so dead. Wait, they ran away. Fucking arse ass, dude.
OPSeat.
They don't open this, right?
Щеми, бережок! Шалава!
Сука, блядь!
I did hear a scav. I can't tell if that was a player down there or not.